Hi, everybody. I know I'm always late now. Your hello. Your hello. You guys, I'm trying to get my stuff settled in here and it's giving me a headache. Okay. Your hello, your hi. How you doing? Welcome to Let's Talk with Ms.Fe. My name is Felicia, aka Ms.Fe who you can see. I'm excited to be here. How is your Sunday going? Happy blessed Sunday. I hope you're having a fantastic holiday season. I know it just officially kicked up. So enjoy all the festivities, the food. I'm watching myself because that's how I got carried away. I got carried away during the holiday last year around this time and just splurge on food and gobble, 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 gobble. But this year, y'all see my earrings. You like my earrings. My ears are small, so I don't like to show it. But anyways, welcome to the show. I'm super excited to be here. Last night was an amazing show we had. It looks like I haven't shared the link, so let me share the link in the comment section. Anybody who likes to join, you're more than welcome. As we're winding down the year, you guys, of course, I got my vision board ready. There's a lot of things on it coming next year that I'm excited for. Um, I can't wait. I feel like it's gonna be a huge change. I just have a feeling about 2026. I just feel like there's gonna be so much changes with me as an individual, me. Um, I don't know. I just feel like something dramatic's about to happen to my life. So who knows? Who knows? I have that feeling. Last night we talked about, staying together for the sake of the children, right? People with irreconcilable differences or unreconcilable differences, whatever you want to call it. Um, how do they stay together? So let me put a link in the comment section here, and then we can get started. Right now, everybody schedule is super busy, so don't be surprised if you see I alone on here or so. But yeah, I'm super, super, super excited to talk about tonight. Tonight we're talking about emotional cheating. I'll give you guys some example um throughout this segment tonight because I feel like during the holiday, I don't know if this happened in Liberia, but I think during the holiday is when a lot of people in the US really tend to cling to each other and, just go at it. And you're forgiven. That's when you're forwarding, like, around Thanksgiving. You guys, I still have happy Thanksgiving here because I feel like Thanksgiving should continue throughout the holiday season. Next week, when I'm coming live, I'm gonna have a new backdrop because I'm trying to gain the in the Christmas season. Like I'm trying to bring the vibe to you guys. So tonight, you guys brace yourself. We're going to get very candid about a lot of things and don't judge me. Don't judge me if I say some things here and you're like, oh, I thought she was, don't use that on me. Don't tell me. But yeah, is it emotional cheating? I think anyways, y'all share the show. Let me share the show and then we can jump right into it. Don't mind this thing. I turn my, you guys, it's malfunctioning tonight. Tonight is malfunctioning. So, how I usually have my tablet sitting, I have it sitting the opposite direction. So, what you're seeing is the back end of my microphone. And it just looks so weird. Okay, let me just break it. Make it like this. Maybe this. I mean, I have to push myself back a little bit. Y'all, I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous what I'm doing here. But y'all welcome. Welcome to my madness life. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of whatever. I'm over this whole microphone. I am over it. As long as you guys can see me and hear me, that's all that matters. Like I'm over this microphone by this time because it ain't doing me any good right now. It's just making me do a whole lot of funny stuff I don't want to do. Um, but yeah, tonight we're jumping into this very interesting topic about emotional cheating. You know, I think if I'm being honest, I think almost everybody have been a victim of emotional cheating and you have to catch yourself. I really feel like it. I feel like there are some things like that are innocent and you're talking about it and then you'll find yourself saying certain things that you're not supposed to be saying. And if you're someone who's honest, you'll catch yourself and be like, yeah, let me stop that. That's not good. I've had that experience before, so I'm going to be sharing that. But first, I'm going to share the show. Let's share the show. I understand our new followers, welcome, but it looks like a lot of you guys are running away from my page, and it's okay because I'm a very strong, opinionated person. I say what's on my mind, and I'm not here to please anyone. I'm here to share knowledge and learn from you guys, and you guys learn from me. And if some of the things that I stand for is not something that you stand for, that's fine. Like, this might not be the platform for you. If what I discuss on here does not suit you, and you were like, oh, there was one topic she said, and I really like it, and I came on, but now it's like, I don't like her, that's okay too. You don't have to, like stay somewhere that you don't feel comfortable staying. So it's okay. I get it. I understand it and I'm not mad about it. For those of you who are still on here, I say thank you for following us. We talk about topics and things that are controversial, but yet kind of sensitive, and if it's something that you're interested in, stick around. Stick around. We will have more to talk about. We will learn from each other and we will be here to make sure. I know lately I haven't been promoting, but our page, you can subscribe to it. I have not done anything in my subscription for anyone because I don't really have the group of people what I really want to do in that subscription, but I'm monitoring it. I'm looking at it. The more you subscribe, the more we start to do something. Come 2026, I collaborated. You guys have seen him on here. Dennis, you guys see him on here. Every time he come on here, you guys, I'm cheating very, very hard because he makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. Dennis, shout outs to you. I like him on this show because I think he bring a different vibe and a lively vibe here. But I'm collaborating with him. If you don't know, I was getting very chubby the past few months, but I have put my health on target. If I can be honest with you, the weight, I'm a very petite person, and once I start to out of any extra weight, it shows. It shows. And my weight shows in various spaces, but my face is definitely one of the ones that give it away. It is really good to start seeing my jawline come back, you know. But anyways, I'm saying this because I'm collaborating with Dennis. 2026 is gonna be a lot of project that I'm working on. Collaborating with Dennis, and within our subscription, we'll give you like real time workout and things that will help you. Or even if you can, I have not been to the gym in the past 3 years. Um, the past month, I think I started exercising and watching my diet in September. So he and I are collaborating, and we're going to bring you guys a lot of health benefit stuff, topics we're going to discuss in those areas and things like that. So subscribe. I'm also going to share his page, the platform. We're making a product that we will be selling out with you guys. So I'm going to create a he has a page already, but we're going to create a workout center page where we can both collaborate to do that. So I wanted to take a time tonight and just let you guys know we're working on something. We're making, health drink, a drink that helps boost your immunity and helps you burn some calories. And then help kind of like um stir your appetite and helps you to not overeat. So that's something that we're working on behind closed door. So watch out for that. I'm telling you guys, 2026 is packed with a lot of things. Also, something I want to tell you guys that I have not really discussed on here because anything I talk about, I really want it to happen, but it seems like it's going to happen, you guys. 2026, I've been writing a non-fictional book for quite a long time. Quite a long time. When I tell you quite a long time, quite a long time. But this book I'm in a process of finding the editor and all the people with it. But my goal is by the grace of God, I will release my first non-fictional biography to drop it. So I got inspired again this year, and a lot has been happening with my life and a whole lot. So it just kind of prompted me to go back to that draft. And when I went back to it, I've been working on it. So pray for me. I don't know the exact day that I want to publish the book because I'm looking for editors and stuff like that. So stay tuned. I'm telling you guys, 2026 is definitely going to be the year that I'm hoping I will shine and you guys will see a little bit more about me. But this book is packed with a lot of things. It just tells you about my journey in life and a lot of things, but it's different character. It's set up as a nonfiction. So I hope when it drops, you guys read it. Some of you guys might know people in there. But again, I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, 2026, definitely working on a lot of things. But the first things that you're really going to get is this health drink that we're working on. I'm collaborating with him. We're talking about health. If you didn't know, in the past, I was a personal trainer and work with a lot of things. But after getting pregnant, having all these two kids and things like that, things got lost in translation. But I think being whole again and finding myself because this past summer, when I went for my checkup and my sitting there, my doctor's reading my lab result, I did not like what I heard. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's time to wake up. I think I got consumed so much in the talk that everybody said, well, you're a mom now, you don't have to be a mom and look, and be unhealthy. Let's just say it that way and be unhealthy. You can still be a mom and be super, super cute and healthy as well. So, anyways, I've said too much. There will be more that I want to discuss later on. But yeah, 2026, you guys keep watching, subscribe. There's something else me and somebody else working on, but it's not to the full foundation yet. So I don't want to say it, but y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. This mama is baking and cooking. So y'all are going to get the delivery very soon. So, but anyways, welcome to Let's Talk with Ms.Fe. My name is Felicia. I'm super excited to be here. I know I've taken almost like what 10-20 minutes, but I will keep sharing this with you guys so you guys stay up to date. But again, make sure you're following, you're liking our pages, and I'm going to start posting the flyers and the link to the page where you can order your health drinks and things like that. I will start posting that on all the flyer. The only person you're going to see on it now is Dennis because, hey, I mean, the man looks like a walking work out, he's gonna be on there. I can still put my picture, but those are old pictures I have. I don't want to put it there. But I promise you, come February, you will see my pictures on those flyers, okay? Because your girl is working and is working real hard. And we baking. We baking, we cooking, we mixing it up. So again, watch out for R&B health drinks. Okay, you probably have seen me post it once this week, but I'm going to start posting it, and you guys need to go and follow that page. We got to blow the page up. Okay, just want to tell you that. Anyways, let's continue. So tonight we're talking about, is it emotional cheating to recognize, to reconnect with an old flame during the holidays? As you guys know, the holidays is one of those times that everybody is just jelly. You're excited. The year's about to end. You want to pour all those bad blood under the rug and sweep it. Say, "Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are new." And you walk into the store, everybody's shopping. You walk into the store and you bumped into somebody that you had a dealing with, and then they text you and say, "Hey, it was great seeing you. How are you?" If we all sit and reevaluate ourselves and just, you know, like think, there has been a moment where we've all had to double think and say, "Hey, am I doing something wrong here? Check break." you know I think we're all guilty. I think we all have a moment in our lives where we can truly say, "You know what, yeah, I think I've come close to that." But is it emotional cheating when you're having conversation and the person bring up old times? It's like, okay, so I'll give you an example. Few years ago, I think I was still pregnant with my daughter, and I bumped into an old friend of mine. Would I call it a fling? I don't think we had a fling, but I think we were very flirtatious with each other in the past, and texting and things like that, but we never really dated. It was just friendship. But I knew he liked me, and I know, like, secretly I was kind of interested, but I wasn't too sure. So bumped into this individual in the store, and they were like, "Oh my God, do you still have the same number?" I say, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Well, it's so nice to see you." And then this person, messaged me and said, "Hi, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah." And I messaged them back. And then during the holiday, they were like, "Oh, I remember that one holiday when we went downtown, whatever, and then we hung out. It was so much fun. I tried to kiss you, blah, blah, blah." And they talk about that, and you send a funny emoji and laughed about it. Is that emotional cheating? If your partner saw that type of messages, would they start insinuating that you're emotionally cheating? That's what we're here to talk about. Welcome to Let's Talk with Ms.Fe. You guys, I need to share this show a little bit so that way we can get more people to come up on here and we can have a very good little talk. Okay. Okay. Let's start sharing. And if you want to join the show, the link is pinned in the comment section. You're more than welcome to join us. And let's have a nice little. Okay. You guys, I gotta share. Let me share this really quickly. And then. Yeah, come on. So, what is something amazing someone did for you um, this week? Or what is something amazing you did for someone this week? I'll tell you. Like I said, this year definitely has been one of my, I would say, to say the least, challenging year for me. There's been some very difficult decision I had to make this year. But super grateful that God was able to help me and guide me through those decisions that I had to make. Um, what are some of your holiday fun activities that you guys do with your family? So this year, I feel like as my kids are growing, now they're really. I feel like this year is the year they're really into Christmas, and I'm not even here for it. It's so funny though. Like I'm not really like hype about it. Um, so my daughter and my son, every time they come from school now, it's like, can we play Christmas music? It's like, guys, y'all are doing too much. Oh, my sis is watching. You like the hair? Thank you. Thank you. I did it myself, y'all. Thank you. You know the bone structures is coming back. So you're about to be seeing all my old hairstyles that I really like. The bone structure is coming back. That's when these hairstyle really work. Oh, we have Peter Senior is on today. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm
Great.
here sharing the show. Trying to get more
Yeah,
people to watch it.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. How was your Sunday? How's your week?
Yeah, that's good. My week has been nice.
Busy, right?
A little bit busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I travel somewhere in other city to have some occasion.
Oh, that's nice. It's
Yes.
always nice to leave home.
Yeah, we went one of our colleagues' birthday. We just traveled there and have some time with him and his family. And then
Nice.
came back today.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah,
you're about to get ready for the working week.
sure. I say,
Yeah. But thank you for coming. So tonight we're talking about what is the topic say?
yeah, you say,
Is
yeah.
it emotional cheating? Um is it emotional cheating to reconnect with an old flame during the holidays? You know, during the holidays, that's when everybody reach out, right? Everybody sends message, hi, how are you? Long time, you know. Everybody send messages. They want to know how you doing, how life has been, keeping you and things like that. And I think a lot of women get so naive to the conversation, and then it start getting to this rabbit hole where the person starts saying, "Oh, long time. Do you remember one holiday?" You start going down memory lane, or you went to the store, you bump into the person said, "Do you still have your phone number? Is it still phone?" Like they start reaching out, and then you find yourself before you came on. I share um that few years ago, while I was, I think it was like, yeah, I think when I was pregnant with my daughter. So we were living in another state from the state where I went to school, but we ended up moving back anyways. And I was surprised there was this guy that I went to school with, and we always thought he was just like not going to make it because he was not serious, but he was very funny. He was part of our group. Come to find out, he ended up becoming a gynecologist. So
Hmm.
he was at the hospital where I was being tended to, and I'm like, I'm saying, so I texted my friend and I said, "You will not believe who's standing right here." But he wasn't the person that I went, that wasn't the doctor that was checking me. So fast forward, I bumped into him again at the store. Then he said, "You know what? I think this is fit. I think I'm supposed to reconnect with you and make sure, like, because I saw you at the hospital. He said, and I hope one day when you're giving birth, I'm the one on call that night. I was like, oh God, no.
I sure have not heard.
I said no. So my friend texted me. She said, I texted you a long time ago. I told you when you told me the hospital you're going to be giving birth in, I told you that God is there. Because he always used to tell us, one of you guys, you will have kids. And we're always said, you're not even serious. How will you even make it through med school? But
Yeah,
he did, he did. And apparently he's a reputable doctor over there. And he's become one of the ones in charge. But
that's it.
anyway, long story short, he said, do you still have the same number? And I said, yeah, I wasn't even thinking anything of it, right? So he checked the phone and then he checked and I gave him my number. So I remember he didn't message me right away, but he messaged me few like probably a month or two after that. When he messaged me, he said, hi stranger, and I didn't know the number, so I was like, who is this? He said, oh, you forgot the person that's gonna be making sure you give birth. And I was like, oh Lord, that's when we started messaging back and forth. But I remember through that conversation, as time went on, Christmas came and he sent me a Merry Christmas. Then he started reminiscing about, it wasn't somebody that I dated, but I know he liked me. And at some point I was like, oh, maybe he would be a nice guy. My mind was thinking about it, but me and he never had a relationship. But then he started telling me how he wished it was he and I, because he saw my son. He was like, oh, he's so cute. I wish it was you and I had these children together. And I'm saying, I said, oh, they probably wouldn't have looked this way. So we started laughing and messaging back and forth. But then he started, when I sit and think about it, I started thinking like, would that have been considered emotional cheating? Because the conversation was getting to a point where it was like almost like I felt like he was like trying to hit
Yeah.
on me. And I was still, for me, in my mind, I was laughing about it. But now that this topic came back, that we're discussing it, when I go back and think about the conversation back and forth, I'm like, if my husband has saw this message, will he have thought like this is somebody that I've dated before, Because sometimes you might not be thinking it, but when your partner find out, and read these things, how would they perceive those messages, So
I
now
get you.
I'm thinking about it, I'm like, he probably would have thought it was an emotional cheat.
I get the background of the topic.
Yeah.
When I saw the topics in the chat room, I said, "Wow, where are we going here?" Yeah, so I will not get in the background of that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because sometimes
Yeah,
women or men might be thinking they're just being innocent, but you don't know the motive behind somebody else, and someone else was messaging and say, that you start reminiscing and going through. Even on this show, there's someone who visited this show, and things he remember, I don't remember that. So he inboxed me and said that when I was younger in Liberia, I don't remember anything in my younger days in Liberia because I came here. Actually, my whole childhood in Liberia is a whole blur to me. Like I don't remember anything. And the person said, what did they say? They said that they had a crush on me, and I was like, oh, really? Okay, well, I'm married now. And then he said, well, they always thought we would both end up together. So in my mind, I'm thinking, like, is this like a tricky message? Because I don't know this person. This person don't even have that picture on Facebook. It's just like a persona, like they just have some type of old person pictures on here. So in a way, and I'm just like, okay, it was so funny to me because I kept sending funny emojis when everything they were saying because it didn't make sense. My whole relationship dating life has been in the US. I don't remember anything in Liberia, let alone like people saying that me and somebody be married.
Yes, but it happened though. It happens sometimes. Sometimes
Oh.
you are coming up
Mhm.
younger, and sometimes you don't even have attention to whatever may be happening. Somebody may be crushing.
I was scared he was crushing, and then he started saying he's still crushing, and I'm like,
Oh,
you can still be crushing.
as at the age, at this age, if you are crushing, when are you going to be serious?
I know, I'm like, you're still crushing. Like, have a whole family with 2 kids. Like, life has moved on. How old are you now? Like, you're still crushing? You gotta find somebody serious and start your life. Because if you're still crushing, you're gonna crush to the ground.
I mean, you're still on inside. It will be good. Yeah, so this topic is I don't know if we're going into this now or we still waiting for
Yeah,
that.
we can. You can go ahead. We can go ahead. So, what's your thought, though?
Yeah, the background of the topic is interpreted to mean in a different way and maybe
Yeah.
somehow wrong in my opinion, but that is mine.
Hmm.
From the perspective I look at cheating and
Okay.
emotion, I just want to look at it from these two different perspectives and then bring them together and make sense out of my own connection.
Yeah.
Cheating, in my literally, in my understanding, is an unwholesome act, okay, or an act that is committed, um, that is improper, inappropriate. It's not right. But
Right.
in any way you did it, that is cheating. Okay, and emotional is a psychological understanding or interpretation someone will give that is taking place from your own mental standpoint. Like, think about something, and you feel somehow that
Right.
could be in an emotional way, because it is not physical. Okay,
Yeah.
it's abstract. So so I can only describe how emotional this could be, and probably it could not be emotional for you, but
Right.
generic in a generic form, people will ascribe certain attitude to be emotional, but it does not actually mean it are taking place in my mental state. So, for example, we can say, oh, when you like play on me, it emotionally damage my I call it mental capacity to hold certain value. Yeah, you will say that, but how do I describe whether you are play on me or not? If in fact, I did not even consider what you have done to be play on me, to be anything to me. So emotional is actually um, determined by the person who takes certain thing away. So looking at these two things, emotional cheating, it will be to me as an emotional cheating if I get to know that the conversation you have had, you have a deeper meaning. Perhaps
Right.
you are going into that act, then of course it will completely be emotional cheating for me. It will completely
Okay.
be cheating. In fact, as that your spouse is going to deduce from that conversation that you are indeed having a consideration to break away from that, from him or her, to pursue this person. So
Right.
then it becomes emotional cheating. Even if you did not commit the act, you are created emotional a wound that may haunt
Gotcha.
you or may haunt your relationship. So I agree with that totally, that yes, certain conversation, certain actions can create emotional damage, emotional wounds, and it can be considered cheating, not even emotional cheating, because it will be emotional cheating when I've come to the realization that it was just clear communication, there was nothing going on. Then in my mind, I would say, but I thought it was cheating. Then of course it was unemotional. But in as much I have not reached to that stage of understanding whether that was actual, plan or not, I consider that to be like cheating. Cheating is taking place because you're already doing this and stuff like that. So yes, there are certain communication that you had with somebody, be it
Yeah.
your loved ones, your ex, your maybe casual friends. There are certain communication that could create a serious wound, emotional wounds for your relationship, your interactions with people. Now, having said that, absolutely there's no way that we can disconnect ourselves into those things with those things.
Right. I feel
Completely.
like everybody have has some part to
Exactly.
put in this.
That's why I'm coming to that. Absolutely. Absolutely. In my own understanding, there's
Yeah.
no way that you have control over, because you don't have control over it. Now, if you
Right.
don't have control over something, then there's nothing you can do about it. That's where maturity comes in. Then maturity comes in relationship. That's why if you were fortunate to have a counseling, marital counseling, the
Yeah.
pastor who knows much about relationship will tell you, do you know what you are going into? Because there are a lot of things that come with it. Okay, these questions they ask you, they are really telling you that there will be something that will happen that you have no control over, your spouse had no control over. But you should understand that this thing you guys have no control over, and take it not to be something that will deter your marriage or your relationship. For example, like a certain time somebody told me, oh my man, you live far, or your wife is here and so on. People will be approaching you and say, you know what, one thing in my own mind, if I
Right.
have a relationship, I have a wife. Take for example, you're married to a man, and
Hmm.
your husband, or your husband have never heard that another man approached you in your entire relation, your entire life. Just send a guy married to you. Nobody had ever seen you to tell you, say, you look beautiful. I wish I could have you.
That's a problem.
Now, if nobody have ever said that to a female, take it from a perspective.
Hmm.
What type of person is that lady? Is she beautiful?
Right.
Does she have value? There is anything in her that another person admires beside me? So
Right.
if nobody have ever admired anything out of my wife, then I don't have a woman.
You know
I'm
what? I like your thought process for that. I like it. I like
You should
it.
understand it from that perspective. That's why for me, I
Yeah.
always say that I'm a jealous person, but this is how I understand my own thoughts about another person telling your wife or your spouse, "Oh, you are beautiful. I like you." You know,
Yeah.
I take it from the perspective. Why is this guy say he wants my wife? Is it there's something that he has seen that he feel jealous of me, going with this lady that he wants to intrude, or is it like at all nobody is telling anything to my wife? I mean, my wife is not somebody that another person will admire. Then who am I? Then why should I
Right.
make the decision to go in that relationship though?
That's true. No,
So
I like that thought process. I wish a lot of people would think that way, though.
yeah, I mean, it's difficult, right? That's why
Yeah.
maturity comes into relationship many times, and many people will not understand that. But when somebody tell their spouse, say, "Oh, I like you," the first thing somebody should propose, and then somebody should be on the other side say, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I already like."
Right. Yeah.
So, what will it be emotional cheating?
If
It
she
will
didn't respond to it, right?
the
That's
response from
true.
you that will place me into that emotional cheating.
Yeah.
But somebody just telling you, sending you text, oh, you look beautiful, I like you. That alone should not be emotional cheating to me. But
Right.
oh, you like me, okay, yeah, you sound good, but what is it all about? Who are you, and what do you want, and what's the conversation you proceed with it into that
Right.
conversation creates that emotional, trauma for your
Right.
relationship. So I think emotional cheating is, it should be something that comes with maturity. It should be something that you really know that it has some substance, magnitude in the conversation before it creates that. And another one, yes, you have absolute no control over Peterson that will see your wife and say, "Oh, I like you." You have no
Right.
control because why? You don't control me. I don't control
Right.
you. So you see somebody. Why if okay? Let's take the in our general setting, female
Mhm.
able to tell, come openly and tell a man, say, "I like you." Do you
Right.
think I'm so ugly, so
Nobody
valueless?
would
Guys,
say they like you.
nobody will see me and say, "Oh, guy, I like
Somebody.
you." Somebody is there. In fact, the lady who you passing by, that you are not turning to her to say, "I like you," the lady is dying for you. So
That's
now,
true.
tell me. So why if that is open, people open their mind and say, just speak your mind to these things. So
Yeah.
who you is batching your wife would be say, you see, somebody is telling you they like you. You see that? So I mean, so that is how I see it. Emotional cheating, yes, but don't everybody, everybody does that. Yourself, you part of it. So I think that's how I see it.
I agree with you. And I wish, you know how women always say, "Oh, men always cheat." Now, the way you explain it, I wish a lot of women would be practical and really see things in that perspective.
Mhm.
Because now that you said that, so I had a conversation with a friend of mine. She was like, I think she asked me something about my relationship. I said, "Well, I've never really, like." sat and thought about it and say, like, because she asked me, "Do you check your husband's phone?" And I said, "No, why would I?" And she's like, "Well, you don't think he would do anything on the phone?" And I was like, I mean, I've never sat to really think, I feel like once you start getting a gut feelings, it's good you ask question, but then if there's other action that show otherwise, why would I sneak around? I'm just gonna say, okay, if you're telling me the truth, can I see your phone? I'm just
Mhm.
gonna ask you. I'm very direct. I'm just gonna say, okay, I would like to see your messages. And based on, and so when I told her, I said, I will ask, I want to see your messages. And she's like, what if he says no? I said, well, that explains everything. Then now my mind started to think, like, why would he not want me to look at his phone? Is there something hiding? And we will have the conversation. Then she said, will you still go and check? I said, why are they asking that? So she's she said because she learned that in her relationship, she never checked her husband's phone. That was something she was totally against. And then one day, I don't know what prompted her to, but she said she just decided to pick up his phone and look through it. And she was really shocked of things that she saw. I said, because maybe you had an instinct. For me, like I've been in a relationship before where I will think like, okay, something's happening. Like when your mind start running there, then it's like you start, but it has never really crossed my mind to be like, oh, what are you doing wrong or what's going on? And she's like, okay, well, you never know because that's how I was. But I'm saying this because she said what she claimed to be cheating was that when she went through her husband's phone, she didn't really see messages, but she saw this one person that, there was a call going back and forth every time, either a video call or like a call. And these calls were not made around anything at the time when he was home. It was always when he was at work or like when he came home on days that she will notice like he would be sitting in the car for a long time. And that's what started prompting her to think that way. I said, well, you had You had good reason, but for me, I
Mhm.
don't I don't feel like I have to sneak around. I'm just gonna ask you, like, hey, I want to check your phone because I feel this way. And then that give you room to talk to me. Let me know.
What is up?
Okay. Yeah, is my feeling how I'm feeling, is it valid? Should I be thinking about that? Because I feel like you're putting yourself through a lot of emotional trauma when you're sneaking around, because you're not going to get full
Hmm.
things, because you're just sneaking around trying to find out information that you don't even know if it's there or not. When
Yep.
the source is right there, just go to the source. Ask the source and say, hey, I feel this way because of X, Y, and Z, and I want to see what's going on. And based on the person respond and whatsoever, then you can kind of like draw your conclusion of what's really happening. Now, if they're saying they don't want you to see their phone and now they start acting very fishy and things like that, then yeah, maybe you can try to see how you can get that phone to get the
You gotta be a little bit.
because now I asked the source. But for me, I wouldn't, because in my past relationship where I was cheated on, I just ask questions. And I always played the guilt game. I will always say, well, if you're telling me now and I find out later, there's always way of finding out. I'll always tell you, like, the truth always come out. And to be honest with you, I didn't check the phone, but the truth came out from that person to me. Like, they
Uh-huh.
actually messaged me everything, thinking they were sending it to someone else,
Oh wow, my God.
and they had no idea everything was coming to me. So when I told her, she said, well, that's a lot of emotional trauma to go through and just waiting until it happens. Why are you putting yourself through that trauma? So the question I was going to ask you, just seeing that phone call that she said, right? That consistent phone call back and forth, is that a ground that she could say, well, you are emotionally cheating or you're physically cheating?
Okay,
Like,
so the first
uh-huh.
thing is
Yeah.
just seeing your fiancé or your spouse having conversation with somebody, and it just spark your mind that this person is cheating is wrong. That's not good.
Yeah.
It does not. It's just a breeding ground for disconnect or making your relationship to be toxic. That's
I
not good.
agree.
You just need to understand that this person has to talk to other people.
Yeah.
You have to get that understanding. Now, if get that get that understanding that my wife is her right as human being, as a professional person, whoever
Yeah.
she is, she should have the freedom to communicate with whoever she wants to.
I
In the
agree.
professional circle, in social circle, they must have that latitude to communicate, to coexist. These are things that you do now. So I just want to get that up. Don't think that way first. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
If you think that way, you just overly protecting. And I spoke to somebody and I said, look, whenever you make attempt to overly protect your relationship, you are a breeding ground for breaking that relationship.
That's true.
Whenever you make attempt, whether the person love you to an extent or you love the person to whichever degree, whenever you start making inquiry, you just started to breed ground for relationship disconnect. So that's not good. You don't play, you should not go that route. Now,
Yeah.
why if your spouse keep you know having communication outside of you, then it creates emotional problem. I agree with
Yeah.
that statement. Okay, if like for example you're married to this guy or to this girl, you try to observe, or maybe your attention is not there, but each time she get to the house, she get her phone protected.
Yeah.
not to the
On
extent
the
that
phone never rings. That
okay,
was what
that's
she
it.
said. You can never hear the ringer on the phone.
You never hear any message sound, pam. You never hear any ringing sound. Understand that alone, she doesn't have to tell you. You don't have to tell her. Instant. Our instant is something that can speak to us first
Yeah.
before you draw out some kind of a conclusion that you can be living under that, whether illusion or whatever, it can develop that you start living under that, right? So
Yeah.
this person phone doesn't ring, but after certain time she check it up and then put it down, go somewhere. When you try to see like you want to look at it, it's locked. When you want to
Yeah.
put the password, you know, something like that, it will start playing. It will start playing. Then now you now will be creating an emotional problem for your spouse. Even if that person doesn't speak it out, know that you create an emotional problem for that person.
Yeah.
And
I
there's a
agree.
ground that person now like you will say, look, you know what? Something is going on. I'm not satisfied with how your phone is like this. Why your phone doesn't ring? So you don't you have anybody speaking to you? Okay. And that is it. My wife and myself can be in communication. She say, oh, so you have somebody calling me. Let me talk to the person. I will call you back. I say, okay, fine. Because I know
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
But why would I be talking to you and then you want to you cutting me off for somebody else?
I'm just like that's so insecure. I hate stuff like that. That was something that I feel like when my husband and I started dating, he started that and I had to tell him, I was like straight up, I said, if we're going to do this, we're not gonna last because you need to be emotionally secure and I need to be emotionally secure.
I
If I've talked to you an hour on the phone and a friend of mine is calling me and I say, hey, this person calling me, can I call you back? And you're telling me why I'm on the phone.
that's
That's a problem. That's the problem. Oh, he had to fix it really fast because he
yes,
was like, well, I'm just being protected. No, 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 no.
I
No.
understand that. You have the time I have with you, that person doesn't have it. That's the
Right.
thing you're supposed to understand. Anytime, any hour, whatever time, you can see me, you can talk to me, you pick your phone, you call me, you do. But that person
That's
doesn't
not.
have that kind of latitude or that kind of a free movement to just get into my privacy or get into my activities. So if that person is calling me, is talking to me, I don't know what communication or what the person want to tell me. Perhaps it could be for our own good.
Right.
And because I'm talking to you and I don't want to talk to that person. And then after something, get wrong, say, but you know what, I was calling you. I was trying to let you know you couldn't take my call. Oh, sorry, I was talking to my husband. And hey, so that's it. So I mean,
Yeah.
it just my understanding, my way of understanding how things you work. And so if you can understand these things in a simple relationship, then you stand a chance, at least, even though you don't control the other side, but you stand a chance to repair many other damages that may occur if you are not careful about things. So when it comes to that aspect of, acting so secrecy and stuff like that, you are creating a lot of problems. That's not good. So
I
again,
agree.
to just pick up, oh, I want to see your phone. I'm not, look, why would somebody call you? You don't want me to see your phone. I don't see it. I mean, people make, why it is true that I should not be so secrecy on my phone. Understand that there may be some junk coming to my phone. If,
Right.
if you bump into that junk, it could stir your emotion.
Right.
So sometimes it's good that you just care less much about following every detailed message, every detailed things that go to your wife or your husband, unless you have seen something happening that has a sufficient ground for going after those things. You don't have to go that bound. That I think
I
is
agree.
wrong. Who as a lady, for example, that guy who start, oh man, I wish I would have been with you, but now we have these children. Oh, I wish these. If your husband had been somebody who was so overly protected, get into your phone and stuff like that. Come and see. Oh, I wish I had been. No, still, I'm still thinking about you. That man, whether he's whether he's whatever human being or individual he is, they're gonna play on him. They're gonna
Yeah.
so if you understand it from this perspective, you're gonna say, well, I know this is she's a lady and she's beautiful. I know that for sure. Definitely another colleagues will want her. So I mean there will be some jumps coming in. Definitely. There will be a lot of
I,
things that coming in.
I agree with you. I just think sometimes people, but I also think like sometimes people project what they're doing on other people, right? So
Evil thinkers are evil doer, right?
yeah, I think they just project like the way they will handle certain things, they project it on other people when, and I feel like these days a lot of people truly do not know their partner and they don't take the time to observe and to kind of like, you hear people, oh, we've been married for 10, 12 years, but they're totally surprised of certain things. And it's like, well, you live in the same house, you sleep in the same room, like you see each other 24/7 throughout the day. And I hope y'all communicate back and forth throughout the day, right? Like you didn't observe this individual enough to know that, well, because certain things when it happen, you're like, well, I expected that to happen. Um, but you're in this relationship and all of a sudden, because you are thinking that way of
Mhm.
this situation, that's what you would do. Now you're projecting it on the other person and saying, well, if somebody messaged you like that, it only makes sense. You probably messaged them. And then now I have a colleague of mine at the office. I don't know. I just feel like whoever married her, she wear her emotions on her sleeves. Every
Mhm.
little thing is like it's a crying matter. Like she just
Oh wow.
yeah, like every little thing. And so one day I asked her, I said, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Like, do you ever just sit and think and say, well, what if this person didn't mean it this way? Like, what if? So she's like, well, that's the same thing my husband said. And we got into this other conversation again where she said she went to the store. Her husband was coming from work. Apparently, in the end, she ended up finding out why he was at that store anyway. They got off the phone, but the man went to the store. I think he went to go buy her something. And she was at the store. So they had just got off the phone and she was getting her car. When she turned to look, he was walking from the store, but um but he didn't see her. He didn't see her, but she saw him. So now in her mind, because he told her he was heading home, he's tired, right? But she
Mhm.
saw him coming from the store after she came from the store. But when she put everything in the trunk and turned around, she saw him. And then she wanted to call him, but she said, no, I won't call him. So she got in the car. While on her way, she called him while she was in the car. And she said, oh, have you made it home? Yeah, if you made it home, can you do X, Y, and Z? And he said, yeah, I'm about like 2 minutes away from the house. So be walking inside. And then she said she just went off. You're lying. I just saw you. It's like, what? Where did you see me? I just saw you. You told me when you got you from your job to the house, it's not that far. And then she was going on, and I said, so she said when she did all of that, in the long run, she ended up finding out that he went to the store. He went to go get her. I think she was complaining she had a headache or something. He went to the store to go buy some medication to bring it, but he didn't know she was going to the store too to buy the medication. So he just stopped on the way to go buy it. And then she saw him, and I was like, so don't you think that should be a moment where you're like, okay, when he came home and you guys were having dinner, you could have just said, hey, when we got off the phone, I saw you coming from the store. What did you go and buy? If you really wanted to know. Or he would have said, oh, honey, when I was coming home, you said your head were hurting. I stopped by the store and bought you some medicine. You, one way or the other, you would have known. But you freaked out on the phone in the car. You're driving, going, you're not paying attention now. Your emotions all over the place. You're being angry and thinking he's cheating. But I think sometimes some women do this because in the past, they have experienced that and now they're bringing this whole thing into a new relationship, which is destroying a lot. Oh, Jimmy
What
ran
you?
away.
Why you running? Come back.
Jimmy, come back here. What's
Where
up?
you want to go? Because I
What
have.
you guys been doing here?
Seriously, is here. I'm
Welcome, Jimmy.
happy he's here.
Oh yeah. Welcome, Jimmy. Anyway.
Yeah, but I just feel like people
But,
people
but
have to be careful.
before Jimmy comes, feet. But
Yeah, let's hear from Jimmy.
in
Jimmy.
my own thing, in my own thinking, I think
Uh-huh.
both of them have problem right there. Come
Yes,
on,
yes, yes.
let Jimmy come up anyway.
Where are you guys?
We're
I'm just
almost
coming.
done. We're almost done. We're just talking about, is it emotional cheating to reconnect with an old flame during the holidays? Since we're in the holiday season, everybody's feeling jelly and happy and they're just reaching out.
So
You know,
does that consider emotion?
um, I think it depends because people use holiday seasons to reconnect. Some people work a lot, and the only time they think that it's feasible for them to rebound with their partner is, you know, around the holiday seasons like Thanksgiving, Christmas, um, New Year, Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July. All the holidays are time that lots of people use to rebound with their partner, to reconnect, and also make some plans to kickstart their new year and all of that. And I think, especially for couples who have been disconnected for a long time, or relationships that have been shaking in a while, I mean, for a while, they use this time to reconnect with each other. So I think holidays you know, should be useful. They should not just be a day that come like every other day. I think they should be treated as one, especially when you are married or when you are in a serious relationship. You know, um, they don't treat them like any other day unless you have a good reason to not do so. But there are good times where family, even not just romantic relationship, but even casual relationships, you know friends and buddies who have not seen each other in a while, they can plan a trip to meet somewhere and all of that. So I think it depends on what the intentions are and the occasions that are being planned for the holidays. So I think harder days should be treated different from ordinary days, especially for couples.
You see,
Yeah,
you gotta make Jimmy understand because he didn't
yeah.
understand. You gotta get him understand.
Jimmy, we're talking about emotional cheating. You know how, let's just say you had your ex-girlfriend bumped into you at the store, and now she's sending you message, happy holiday, and start sending you reminiscing messages and saying, oh, you remember one holiday where we went and just got into this whole thing. Would that be considered emotional cheating if your partner find that
Now,
out?
when your partner find out that you're having this communication with your ex or with somebody who may be eyeing you,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
message like that, how could that interpret to your partner? Is that
Yeah.
emotional cheating?
I
Somebody
don't know. I don't know where you're coming from with that emotional cheating.
Can I clarify, Jimmy?
you're gonna get
Yeah,
you.
go ahead, Anna.
Jimmy,
Yes.
when someone talks about emotional cheating, right, they're basically saying expressing yourself the way you would express yourself with your partner, right? Like, for example, if you and I were in a relationship, right? Right? And then
Mm-hmm.
you and
The
I
way
were
you
in,
said, mm-hmm.
I say you and I in a relationship, and then you have maybe an ex or something, right? And then that ex reaches out to you and say, "Oh, how are you?" And then you guys start talking, and then before you know it, she starts bringing like the good times about you and her, and then you basically entertain those conversations, and you say you miss it, and you really miss how you guys used to be. That's considered emotional cheating because those are the feelings you're supposed to be having for your current spouse, and not necessarily entertaining that with your previous relationship. That's what they're trying to say. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understood that when they use the word, but I just wanted to know,
Where
because
the people, right?
uh there are different levels of cheating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's another one called I call it sexting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
It's all
know,
part of emotional cheating, though, I think.
Mm-hmm.
listen, cheating is cheating.
Mm.
It is just people who try to justify and put it in categories. You know, leaving your partner to talk to another person, whether X or X of X or X is trying to find Y, and the way you order that is still cheating. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so um, it is it is completely unacceptable, and holidays should not be used. I mean, as a responsible man or woman who has a relationship or who is married, holidays are for your spouse and your children if you have
Mm.
holidays. It is not a time where you use to have extra, relationship affairs.
Extracurricular activities.
Yeah, you know, um, an ex will never be fun. Even if you find it, there will always be a why that way be adjacent to that X. So as soon you start finding X, and most of the time, people who do these kind of things, you know, I not that they really, want you or they want you to remember those times, but
Yeah.
they are in a space of loneliness
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking for company, and they think the weakest, WEA, KE, what in ST?
People,
Yeah,
I know how to spell.
the weakest, they always think of the weakest person that they can find,
Yeah.
you know, and entertain, how do you call it, that will entertain that conversation. And they always, because your ex knows your weak point, he or she knows, you know, yeah, whether that relationship you are in, whether you are really committed in it or not, from the way you greet them, and they greet you and you greet them back, they greet you greet them back, they start to build that confidence, say, oh, I can, start something with this person. So I don't think those are healthy for any relationship or anybody that we in, that we be formed into such. And holidays should not be used. Don't spend your holiday on this kind of thing unless you don't have no interest in the current person.
Okay, let me ask a question. Like, I'm getting lost with something. I was getting into your response, but I just want this out. I'm creating maybe being created by another person. So let me just bring it out. We discuss it now. When do we consider that to be cheating?
I don't know why you sounding far from your phone or from my
So
end.
there is
I
just a
think it's from
background
your
echo.
end. I can hear him.
So what I was saying is, for example, when I don't know when should we consider that to be cheating? You
Are you
have
watching something?
there's something
There's a noise in the background.
there's a noise on the background. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Hold, yeah. Keep talking. Let me try to log onto my
Okay.
computer.
Okay. So for example, when do we Anna is here, Jimmy is listening to. So I spoke when Fee was there, so she understand from the background what I can. When do we understand that this person is cheating, or should we consider that to be emotional cheating? When you both spouses together, you then bump into Anna and then and send her a message. Oh girl, you are beautiful and I like you. And Anna was like shocked, but she couldn't respond immediately. And then Jimmy, you just bumped into Anna from you saw the kind of conversation that I barraged her, and she's there. She was like, "What is it?" And then you just saw it. Are you going to consider Anna communicating with me or cheating on you during that holiday or during that season? How do you classify that kind of a conversation with your wife or with your spouse? Is that cheating we're talking about here?
That is cheating.
Hmm.
Uh, um,
We lost Anna.
Out of me or Anna?
many times, people don't see cheating as, I mean, people only see cheating as you and the person, going into the bed, because some people think as long you don't enter the bedroom, lie down, you know, you have not cheated, you know, but no, um, that goes, okay, let me log this.
I'm about to see. We're seeing you twice, Jimmy.
Is Anna here? She's
Yeah, I
gone.
think I might have to remove the other one and add the other one. Uh-uh. Both of them, I don't know what's going on.
You guys will come answer my question.
Y'all
You
gotta
guys
come back here.
come back here and answer my question. Jimmy, you got to explain yourself. What you mean by that?
Uh-uh. Jimmy,
The
what's
sound,
going on there?
the certain sound that is still.
Yeah, mute him. He's coming on.
Oh, wow. He
Jimmy,
coming
you
on.
gotta come back on. You gotta exit
Anna,
out
are you
the
here?
entire thing and come back.
Anna?
Anna, can you hear us? She's mute.
The water sound is okay. She says
Yeah,
something.
that's not like
Oh, you gotta come back.
You gotta go and come back.
Go come
Where
back.
so like Jimmy was speaking though,
Yeah.
but yeah, he has to come and say something about
Jimmy,
it.
you gotta come back too.
But
Jimmy
like I
gotta come back.
said, yeah,
Yeah, both of you guys come right back. Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy says cheating.
it's cheating.
Jimmy said nobody must talk to his woman. Don't say hi.
I don't know cheating on whose part. Is this on the part of this innocent lady or on the part of the man who is pursuing her? So
Right, because sometimes the men just do things and the woman is oblivious to whatever is happening.
seriously, and absolutely, this guy has seen something in that lady, and he's sincerely pursuing her. I mean,
Yeah,
he left with her to say, you know, I'm like this, I'm like that. It's not possible. I'm sorry. He left with her, but you have absolutely have no control over me. You
right,
understand? You don't. So why will you, chastise somebody who has no control over another person? For
right.
example, this person, these people, maybe they have been ex-lovers, and they guy have gone around, check around, and got to know that I can't see anybody compared to this lady. You know what? I have to go back and pursue that lady. Okay, coming
Yeah.
back, and this lady is sitting particularly in your relationship. Coming back, you turn around, you do turn around and say the lady is cheating on you with the ex that is pursuing her. You will be damaging your relationship.
That actually happened to me. Actually, recently I had to block someone on here because the person kept sending me a message. I kept ignoring. Like I don't want to. So they sent me a message. They kept saying good morning. Every time they said good morning, Felicia. The first time I said good morning, and then it was like every day. It was just like good morning. How you doing? I hope you had a nice day. Just going on and on. So finally, like I would see the message, but I'm like, now I just feel like you're overdoing it because you're trying to get my attention.
Mhm.
You spoke to me first, I answer you, and now it's like you're just overdoing it. I don't have time for that.
I mean,
So
that is Felicia is simply the God is trying to see if you have interest to
yeah,
keep you.
yeah. But listen
Simply,
what he did. You know what he ended up doing? Because I think he could tell that I opened the message, but I didn't respond. So he sent me a message. He said, "Oh, I would like us to be friends outside of Facebook." So I sent a message back. I said, do you like the content that I create online? Which means, do you want to stay on my platform? Because you coming into my inbox for the past 2 months every day telling me good morning, good morning. And I'm pretty sure almost everybody that follows me on my platform know that I'm married, I have kids, and that's not something that's hiding. So you sending me a message talking about we should be friends outside of Facebook. What are you insinuating? Either you like the content that I'm creating and you want to be on my platform, or I can just simply, I say, you do know I could simply just block you. Because at this point, it's just like you're doing too much. So he didn't respond back. And then the next morning, he sent me another message. Good morning, beautiful lady. I would like to get to know you. Boop. I just block him. That was it. I just went and blocked him because I feel like it's two things, right? People can say, "Hi, good morning, beautiful." I don't think I'm the most beautiful woman that walked the planet. It's different when somebody the way they say it, and you know that they're just being nice. But the way he was doing it was just being too much. Now you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Of
And I
course.
don't even have the energy to be nice anymore and just to say, hey, good morning. I just block you. Just block you. Go about my business.
This evening I said that Anna is Anna here. So
Hey,
I think,
Anna, can you hear us?
I think Jimmy said you're having trouble.
Yeah, Jimmy, you have LEC?
No LEC issue in Liberia now. Liberia is
I
getting
think
better.
I think Anna has LEC. You sure LEC is not having issue in Liberia?
No, Joshua is not in power any longer, so LEC is okay.
Oh,
Ome Joe is doing well, so let's leave
if
LEC.
Omen Joe's doing well, come and pack my things and move from here because my pa giving her headache too much here.
I make deal with her.
They probably head too high and get listen.
All the sleeping Joes are I call cool people, so the other Joe that were there first.
Are you guys hearing me now?
Yes.
We can hear you, but it's still buffering. And there's a echo. Oh, that's an echo. I had to mute him.
Jimmy, you still have problem, yo.
Jimmy, it looked like you were really angry with this whole question, so your whole machine just
It look like somebody was angry with him. That's why the person is dealing with him.
the person saying when I say
Why would you say that person is cheating when the person has no control over that message that comes to her?
Jimmy, your village people there, they're against you right now.
Oh, God.
Anna, you're back though. Can you hear us?
Anna is still loading. Anna is still loading. So.
Am I still having echo?
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But where is this echo coming from?
Jimmy, I can hear feedback.
There could be two devices that
Yeah, something is still open. You gotta shut the other one down completely.
either you monitoring us on some device and try to speak on another device.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, we will soon be closing.
Yeah, so that was something I wanted to ask. That was the first one.
Yeah, what was the other one? Jimmy ancestor Nana for him tonight. They said the people told him not to be too jealous. He need to calm down.
Jimmy's too direct.
You know, I just feel like
Richmond and Jimmy, the guys are too direct. You gotta
I
be
know. I just feel like cheating is really like it takes two to tango, right?
Yes.
If somebody brings something up to you and you're not partaking of it, it's not a cheating, in my opinion, because you're shutting it down. You're not interested in it. But I don't know, for some reason, some men, as soon as they see it, they're like, yeah, you're cheating. How is it my fault? I will give you guys one example before Jimmy talks.
Am I still having the echo?
Yeah.
So what happened when Jimmy is speaking, everybody's when we are speaking, we mute him.
We mute Jimmy, then you ask a question when Jimmy talking, we mute ourselves.
That's it. I think so. So
go ahead, ask your question to him.
The first question he has not answered it, and he was trying to answer it, and he was getting Anna vest. The one Anna left. My question was, Jimmy married to Anna for an instant. I just gave him my example.
Why is that the only example you can give?
Okay. Jimmy married to Esther. Let me say that. Right? I'm just saying, I'm just trying to say that, okay, I'm married to Felicia. And then
Uh-huh.
Jimmy start to send message to Felicia. Send message, oh, I like you, and I would really want to live together with you. Jimmy sent a lot of messages to Felicia. Felicia had never even make even she has not sent those messages. I went one day and just opened her phone and saw all these messages. And I start to, talk to her. You are cheating on me. Say, Jimmy is sending you these messages. My question is Felicia cheating on me? Or what is she doing? Is she connected to anything? Whose fault is it? Felicia? Peter, Jimmy? What is it? That's my question, Jimmy.
Now, go ahead and mute yourself as per the rule. Okay. So here is the thing. Felicia, if she has no interest in the conversation that I'm bringing, all Felicia needs to do is to block Jimmy. Felicia blocked Jimmy. Felicia will not receive Jimmy message again. But the fact that she left her phone open, that's communication right there. Because silence, we always say silence means consent. If a guy is texting you, reminding you of time that you had before, and you don't want to have anything to do with that guy, respect your current relationship, block that guy, block him, or block that girl. Block every access to that they may use to get to you. You guys are the one that talk about emotional cheating. But here is the thing. Felicia may not respond to that message, but in Felicia's mind, those messages are being resonated in her mind. So if you, the boyfriend, you take her phone and you saw those messages, the first thing you ask, why is this guy still texting you? Yes, I've not even responded to those messages. But the question is, the question is, why is your line still? Why does he still have access to messaging you? That is the question. And you are muted, Felicia.
No, I'm saying when you're talking, though, you have to mute yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Jimmy, I disagree. I don't think it's emotional cheating. So you're saying, so that means every individual that come in contact with me that will say, I like you, I should block them. What if?
No,
Go ahead.
to a point, Felicia, we are talking about X here, not just anybody. Somebody you have a past with, somebody you have history with. Okay? You are muted.
I'm talking with you. It's not only X. The question is a guy, maybe I call it name, a guy. And that's what brought in, bringing in my another question. You saw this lady, you like her. There's certain value you see in that lady. Do you think another person may see similar value and go after this lady? And if that happens, should you consider that lady to be cheating on you? because another person sees that lady and say, "Oh, look," and that person that sees this lady, the person doesn't know whether the lady married or not. And
Okay.
the first conversation to this lady was just straight. Even you standing there, the guy doesn't know that you are the husband to this lady, and the guy start to admire this lady. And sometime in a gathering, when somebody is speaking directly to your wife, in such a way, trying to, you know, set her in a special way, you feel so jealous that this person is like trying to intrude. Look, you are beautiful, and I like you. You got certain value that I think I'm subscribed to. I think we can make life. I think all of these things are going on. Will you consider this guy or this lady? She's not right there talking to this guy. No, I don't like you. Or like this. Will you consider cheating on you? That this circumstances, not
Okay. Here is the thing, right? We may have three ways they answer me. Yes, I accept. No, I don't want it. And they are silent doesn't mean no, it doesn't mean yes. It just means give me time, let me think about it. Unmute yourself, Fee. Unmute yourself.
Jimmy, you is something else. I can't. Let me think about it. They are they are thinking giving our headache or we haven't seen a puppy. We can't even laugh at you at the same time. They think restricting us too much.
Look, look, I know, and Peter, you know, when a woman doesn't want a guy, right there, she will respond to that message and tell him, hey, we can be friends, but I don't want this. The conversation should not, go over this. And you see, a woman's silence, it doesn't mean no. It doesn't mean yes. She just put you on a waiting list. And you see, and if and a guy who understands that language will keep coming because he has the hope that one day she will answer to her messages. So that's what I say. In her mind, she's responding to those messages in her mind. And you see, so psychologically, she's being unfair to herself first before the other guy, the guy that is texting, and also to her husband or to her her fiancé. Yeah, she's also she's also not respecting him. That's disrespect. A woman that allow another man to keep texting her when she knows she's in another relationship is disrespect to the other person. Let's put it the other way. If it was the man that have another female, I got it texting him, up and down, up and down, up and down. Even though that man is not responding to those messages, but the day pick up that phone. Not a fee. We're talking about common noun fee. Common noun fee. Yeah, the day that female lay hand on her phone and see that a particular female had consistently texted her husband, that day, he will answer 99.9 questions in 1 minute. So the best thing to do when you know somebody is trying to toast you, and you in a relationship, you don't want to have anything to do with that person. The first thing is, by the time you see that first message, respond to it.
Do you mean why is to see that message before that lady? I'm not talking about consistent messaging that she's not blocking this person. The incident is you saw this lady, you have no idea where she comes from. You saw this lady, you like her, complimented her, and then you in turn sent her message. In fact, from the beginning, it was a casual friendship that like you try to establish with her. Oh, okay, maybe on a professional level, but now, like after communicating, you got to know that this person is intelligent and you want to pass your message over to her. Even though you guys are had some, pass messages back and forth, but it have been on a professional level, nothing like they kind of intruding messages. But now the guy like he's trying to move in, come with this message straightforward. Look, I know we've been having some communication, but I must admit to you, I like you, and I really see your value align with mine. And I want you, I like you, I want us to have relationship so we can build our future. This message, you were the first person that saw this message. And you read the other messages, nothing was like love and what have you, but you came across this message. At that moment, will you consider your wife cheating on you with this guy, or will you give the benefit of the doubt? That's the decision point. If you make the decision you consider cheating, then you can split further. If you say, oh no, I don't think this could be cheating, it could be like this, you describe it, then you move forward. That's the answer we want. Because the one you're explaining is clearly that the lady is colluding with this guy. Okay, that's a different thing, absolutely different thing. Because if you know you married and somebody message you, you are not responding, and the person keep telling you this, obviously, you will be having some sense of connection to that. So that's a different, scenario.
Okay. This is the dilemma. I pick up that phone. I don't know how long this messaging has been going on,
Yes.
and she hasn't seen the message. Maybe it was just, maybe I needed to do something with her phone, and she handed it to me. And I'll call it, the message is there. The first thing is, for me, I respect my woman, and I trust her. So if she tells me, oh, I don't know who this is, or I don't know this person, I have not talked to this person before, I believe her on that. Until she proves me wrong, she has not cheated. She has not cheated.
Now you're speaking, bro.
But after that conversation, I would expect that she respond to that message or block that individual. If another time, I happen to see this, message, or from the same individual, whether or not she respond to it, I would feel like she's disrespecting me, because, in the first place, you shouldn't be allowing that man to be, allowing that man to be texting her. That's not out of jealousy. That's not. It's just, showing that I think she found pleasure in people texting her, or seeking attention from outside there. Okay, so I think the best thing I will advise, or I will advise anybody who is watching this show, is that when you see people texting you, asking you to get into another relationship, when you already into a relationship with somebody, don't keep those kind of friendship. Don't keep them around. Don't give them the leeway to disrespect your partner. And this goes to not only the women, it goes to the men too. Yeah. I call it, there are many ways you can disrespect your partner, unknowingly. Allowing other people to have access to you, with conversations like that, is completely it's completely disrespectful, and it should stop at the very beginning. Put an end to it. You tell them, if you want us to be friends, we can be friends, but don't text me anything about relationship, or I will block you. Next time you send that kind of text message to me, I will block you.
I agree to a certain degree.
That'll be
So, Jimmy, when you first said block the person, because I'm just thinking in my mind, right? You can have conversation with someone and tell them, "Hey, I like the ending part of this. What you said." Setting the record straight to the person and saying, "Hey, you know, I know some men, they think when you say we could be friends, there's hope for them. They think there is hope, but you know what you're telling them." I think even if you saw that message and things like that, for me, I would respond, especially the example that Peterson gave. My husband is there and you're saying all that. First of all, I'm going to say, meet my husband, X, Y, and Z, so that way I would think by me saying that, that will kind of like bring your cautions back and make you stop saying all the things you're spitting out to me. And then let's just say my husband wasn't there, but I'm standing there and you're telling me, I'm I'll be polite. I'll say thank you so much. I appreciate that, but I'm not interested. You're very kind. I'm not interested, but my husband is right here. He just went to go get something. So that person get that. Now, if my husband come back, because some men from a distance, they will be watching and trying to see what's going on. For me, I know my husband is very jealous, but he's very composed as well. Like he knows there's people that's gonna talk to me, and I would like to think he knows that he should know how I'm going to respond to certain things, because we've been together for such a long time. Um, and I think when people are being extreme to that degree, yes, I don't think it's the partner should tell you block the person. Your conscience should tell you, okay, this is wrong. I've told you several times not to do it, and I'm going to block you. But I feel some type of way when um, the husband or whoever come and telling you to block someone. I don't know. I just think that's unhealthy because I don't know what conversation you're having either with other people. I'm not coming to tell you to block people. Why should you tell me to block people? I don't think I should be blocking people because you tell me to block them.
all right. Sophie, I'm not saying I would tell you to block the person. It's your decision, and that's why I said, if you continue to uh, allow this kind of I call it, if you encourage those kind of conversation, whether you are responding to them or not, you know it's somehow disrespectful on a text message. Let's to talk about the guy walking to you, maybe at a party, at a gathering, or or somewhere out there, and starting a conversation, whether or not your partner is around. Look, people feel more respected in their absence than in their presence.
Well,
Okay, so um, don't do how to call it R17 because because your wife is there, so you want to act like you committed, but when she's not there, you encourage the conversation and start giving number, exchanging contact and stuff. In the first place, I don't expect you to give your number to a guy who have initially toasted you. Honestly, honestly, that's just me. And then, as soon you do that, in your mind, you giving a number because you want to be your casual friend. But in the opposite person mind, once you give them their contact, you are telling them, let's continue this conversation outside of here. And at that point, once you give your number, you don't have control over what they do with it again. They either call you or they text you. You see? So it is left with you to either respect your partner and cut that whole thing off, or continue to disrespect your partner by indulging that conversation. That's
so,
mine.
So I want to come in.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
so I think like I mentioned before, I think in my opinion, I mean everybody is entitled to their. In my opinion, if I'm married to any other person, that person have their own independent decision to make. While it is true, we gotta complement each other by protecting each other. When you like seems not to be able to overcome certain thing, my action should be able to save you from that. That is clearly totally right, and that is where the jealous spirit comes in. That is totally right. Anybody can do that, but I will not consider my partner, or I, in my opinion, advise anybody should not consider your partner that is being complimented by somebody to see her or see him immediately cheating. That is not the right thing to do, because if this person was not beautiful, this person does not have any value, you wouldn't have gone behind her or him. That's the first thing. You took a step and told the person I like you. You must expect another man to take similar step. So if the person is taking that step, possession will come in a complete respectful manner. Similarly, you were able to come in. You should expect the person to know that the place is being occupied by you, and so another person should not come in. In that conversation, in a respectful manner should be accorded. That person who even sees your wife and say, "Oh, I like her," you should expect that there should be a cordial response that will put that person in a place, not in a violent manner, not in a derogatory manner, not in any form that will present her a impossible to the society. Not at all. If you do that, tomorrow life has its own way of defining existence. You may not know whether that same lady may have the face tomorrow to go outside to even seek for a job. And come and see the person that she has insulted because of you is sitting down there as the manager. What do you expect of that person? Should that person respect her? That, oh yes, when I spoke to her, even though I never knew she had a relationship, but the manner in which she spoke to me, it was in fact she blocked me. I couldn't, even if you told me say she have a husband, if I talked to her, she spoke to me and she blocked me. Why is she doing here in my company? You know? So life has a lot of, secret packages that move around. So if we live in a society, what I can tell any young person, anybody that is in a relationship is anybody who sees you and say, I like you. Some people may have that in a very bad faith. Maybe one they are polygamists, or they are some kind of people who want to invade your privacy and go by their way. But some
Mhm.
people are sincerely going after somebody they want to have a life relationship with. If you are occupied, you should be able to communicate that to the person clearly. Oh, look, I really, I totally, appreciate your concern, but this is where I stand. Okay, this is where I stand. I'm married or I'm in relationship. I will not be able to go further. Now, if you keep coming back and forth, the next thing is I should introduce my husband to you or my wife to you. That is it. And my husband should be man enough to say, oh yeah, guy, I know you like the woman, but she's already occupied. That no man, no matter how brave you are, a man will tell you, a lady will tell you, my husband or the man will say, no, my man, I'm pursuing my wife. Just be gentle enough and just tell you that we're married. And then you will still go in that peace. It will not possible. So in my opinion, I think we should be able to give that flexibility to our partner because we respect them, we are concerned, and we trust. We got our trust for them. That's why we are in relationship with them. Not to be overly protected or overly act. Then of course the relationship we like so much, we will beat around it and we'll get it out. You're muted,
Um,
Jimmy.
Jimmy mute. I unmute. He mute himself. Jimmy, you gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, so I've heard everything that you said. One thing you said that you know, there are a lot of things that I don't agree with. Number one, um, there's something called boundary. Whether you are a man or a woman, if you don't learn to set boundary, you will have problem every relationship that you get in. And one of the way you can set that boundary is to keep people completely from, uh, 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 you know, people who are distractors or will be distractors. Is to keep them away from you. Um, Peter, you are married. Let's assume. I don't know. Everywhere you go, you collecting number or giving a number to other females. What does that mean to your relationship? So, as you giving your number, do you expect that your wife too will be giving her, how do you call it, her number to other people, any man that, in the name of you don't know where you will meet them tomorrow. In the
I
first
think that's
place,
what he meant, though.
in the first place, people, women have different ways that a man will respect them. A woman who refuses to give a man her contact, that man see that woman anywhere, he respects her. Yes. You gave your number to a man that you don't want. In that man's mind, you want her to be talking. That's why you gave your number to him. When we were, when I was back home, we used to play a game. A girl who is, very, hard to get. She don't, she don't like to talk to people, adequately and all of that. You tell a man and say, I can, me and I get talking. I get her number. Whether you're actually talking or not, but the fact that the man's proof that he get a number, it tells us that he can start a conversation with you and you will respond because you gave your number to him. I'm not saying as a female, don't be friendly. No, you can be friends. You can have casual friends with opposite sex. Okay? But when the conversation start to lean in the other direction, I think, like Peterson say, you can, it's your decision. For me, I would not tell my woman to block anybody who is toasting her. And you also mentioned about, when you saw a value in a woman, so other people should listen.
Me. Other people will see that. I'm not saying shoot.
Okay. Other people will see her. Listen. It may take you, the first thing is the value that is in that woman that you saw. Whether it was attraction, it was a physical attraction, or it was character and all of that. Other people that see her, it is their right to see her, but it doesn't give them the further right to start a conversation, for her to encourage a conversation only because she knows she have value that also other men too. No. Any woman, I'm talking about married, you are locked down in a relationship, you are married. Don't encourage, no matter how they put it, don't encourage another person to even start talking to you on relationship matter. And don't give your number to random people. Don't give your number to random people. Yes, I know you can have, I know you can make friends, but you give your number to random people. As soon as you give your number, you don't have control on what that person do with that number again. Whether you were your husband or wife, they don't know. They will call you. They will call you. Look, cheating doesn't start, you know, cheating start the very moment you gave other people the leverage to have access to you. That's when cheating start.
All
As
right,
soon you
let's start a
give,
close note.
yeah. So yeah, I will stop there. My advice is, let me give my parting comment because I will not come. My advice to anybody that is watching this show and listening to me: do if you have a relationship that is leading to marriage or you are married, do not give other people the leeway, you know, to start toasting you. When you are attractive, it is your God-given, attraction. It's a God-given gift, but manage it with dignity.
Hmm.
Ah,
You done?
I'm done though.
Okay, you mute yourself. Okay, thank you so much. I think the show was very nice. The topics was so challenging, especially challenging for Jimmy to place it the right way that he want to pass it. Because he can't answer any question straight. He will still go back to the impossible. And so I holding all things constant, no married woman should give their information out randomly. Even a married man should have a boundary, and those boundaries are determined by the value they bring on the table, the value they find in themselves, the value that is found within them to place that trust that you get into relationship. That being said, I don't encourage any married person to be so rude, lack of better word, to be so rude on other individual who sees the beauty or who sees the value in them and want to align themselves with that value. There must be a mature way of communicating, not even blocking somebody on ceremoniously. I don't see it as a remedy to that because whichever way you place it, we do not have control over other people, their own opinion, their own feelings. No, we don't have control over them. What we do have control over is our value. How do we set it? How do we pursue that? How do we interpret the dignity we bring on the table of our relationship? That's why we can protect. And in protecting that, it should not be at the detriment of the society. Everybody is open up to be able to express themselves. If you were so rude to the extent that you couldn't allow anybody to communicate with you, the man you have today or the woman you have today, you wouldn't have get that person because again you wouldn't have that person wouldn't have had opportunity to talk to you. So you should be able to live the life that worth living, decency, and let people know clearly who you are and what title you hold. You are a married person and you like this, what the person intent is, you don't think it's good and you don't wish to pursue that. That is professional indeed. We are speaking to gentlemen, gentle women, people with understanding. We are not speaking to anybody who like a random lawless people who will not care for anything somebody say no. Our show is presenting it to people who are making sound decisions to protect their homes. So in that way, in my own opinion, I think the show is beautiful. I want to end up to say that if somebody sends you a message of uh, talking with you on phone, or let's say sending you a message on big day, holidays, in a way to say holidays and try to wish you well and start to dive into other, mess. I mean, a concern. Oh yes, our old past, our memory, and like this communication, you can better control that. Yes, if the person dive into different thing, your response to that person should be clear. Oh yes, I know these days we were there, but now I'm married and like this, and I think it's not necessary to go into that. That's a beautiful way to place that. And if for any upon your spouse see that you're listening to us and you see such a message in your wife or your husband phone, it should not be a point of contention. You should not take that to be emotional cheating, because you know why? You don't know whether these people have relationship that were even better than the one you have now. But maybe there was some reason for which they are not there and you are there. So if the person is speaking, like for example, the person had chat for this person, and you cannot say they should block the person that they get chat, that you maybe you depending on that person to pay child support in such a way. So you block the person because the person say, look, girl, I still think we can make it. And now you marry. And then because so there are a lot of things around it. Better keep your cool. Tell the person, no, I'm not interested no longer. I'm married. I can't go that way. And don't be rude about it. It's just our own opinion. But the best one you think you can do, go ahead and do it. If you think it's better for you to even insult the person and just close the person up, that's your way to do it. But in my own mind, I think it's better that we give respect to people when they deserve it, and we set our boundary rightly and proceed with it the right way. Thank you so much, and it's a beautiful show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's very, that's why I wanted us to talk about it, because I think everybody has their own mindset, how they see these things, and the way you see it, how I see it is different. How Jimmy sees it is different. Um, I just feel like no cheating happens without two people consent.
Mhm.
So even if you think in your mind you are not going to cheat, then you can keep thinking now in your head till Jesus come. But like just the fact that one day something will happen, I think you're really setting yourself up for failure. I think I like the fact where um, people can think for themselves, right? I don't think is, oh, maybe one day. And I don't think a lot of people leave some conversation on half. It's just sometimes it's not even worth it to just like talk about it. Sometimes it's just like, whatever, I don't really care. Like, I'm somebody, I don't really have, I feel like I don't have the patience for a lot of things. And when conversation like that come up, I'll read it and just be like, whatever. Like, I answer you in my head, but it just don't make sense. And I just figure out, if I don't respond to you, you will know that you're wasting your time.
And that's
Because
not easy. Jimmy formula. The formula you gave tonight, my brother, is a strong one.
I know Jimmy, Jimmy think a lot, and it's not just Jimmy that feel that way. I feel like a lot of people think that way,
Yeah.
but there's a few people like me who feels like, I already answered you in my head. No, I'm not interested. And going back to what Jimmy said in my closing, is just sometimes you're at a certain place, right? And the person might start out because I would give an example. I've been to work conference and things like that, and people will approach you, right? And you're like, no, well, I'm married. And you do your ring, you show it to them, I'm married. And then the person will be like, I don't care. And but in that moment for work, I have to communicate with you because I have a job to do. That doesn't mean because you feel a certain way about me doesn't automatically means that me and you are ever going to have something together. That's your feeling. You can feel that way all by yourself, but we're in the professional setting where I'm gonna have to communicate with you, or even not just to that conference, but in the long run, like we used to do acquisition for the hospital and things like that. I'm going to run in path with you, and you might make it difficult for work. So in that moment, I don't have a choice but to play it nice. And sometimes I have to give you my work number. And sometimes people use work number to try to get in contact with you. It happens so many times to me, to get in contact with you and say things. Oh, I saw you here. I like the presentation you gave, X, Y, and Z. So sometimes, yes, I do agree. You shouldn't just go around just giving your number to people. But I think sometimes women are very calculated. Some women are not, but a lot of women are very calculated. They know what they can gain out of that friendship. So they will give you their number, not with the intent of cheating with you, but they know what value they can get out of you at some point along the line. Because I also want people to know that, yes, your no should be your no. You don't have to go to the level of like just blocking it, because I also see in a way, if I have to block you, that means I don't trust myself too.
I say,
So
right?
there's another way of looking at that. It's like, if you tell me something and I say no, and my no can be there, and I have to go to the point where, yeah, let me just block you, that means
You
I
don't like
don't
the
have,
person.
yeah, I don't have self-control.
Yeah.
So even be in a setting area and be like, I'm not going to do that, or I don't respect myself enough. So that's another way to look at it. But I get it. Everybody has different way. For me, if you were toasting me and I went to a job function and I know there's something I can get out of you, I'm gonna give you my number, because I know it's gonna help me financially, me and my family. And that doesn't mean I'm going to live with you or do things with you. But in that moment, I might have advantage of getting what I want, because I know you're interested in me and this business that I need. That might play a role. Maybe you think by you doing something for me, you'll get something in return. But in my mind is already made up. So life is not black and white. You have to like pick your battles, and whatever works for you works for you. But for me, I'm very calculative. I know where to play those, here and there, where I know I will get something out of you. But I've already made it clear I'm not interested in you. There's no relationship. I respect my marriage and blah blah blah. And that's not important to you. Well, guess what? You can keep playing your game. I'll play my game and get what I want. I'm just saying. But
Yeah, man.
this, Jimmy probably want a rebuttal.
You want to bother? You want to bother? So Jimmy, you are not close here. You still want to come back because I'm just seeing your head.
We don't have time. We don't have time for rebuttal.
Oh, man.
So I will I will save that for I will save my energy for another time, another topic. Yeah. Are you guys still hearing it? The how do you call it, echo?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, it was a really great
Oh, yes.
show. I think overall, people have to, one, trust themselves and trust your partner, because I feel like once you have that trust, is there. And those people you block, you never know if that relationship don't work out. You might be struggling somewhere, going look for a job. Like
You don't
Peter
know
C
fuck
said,
everybody.
they said back in the day, you thought you were everything. Go back to life is a circle. It comes in full 360. So be careful how you speak to people. You can respectfully tell someone, I'm not interested, and keep it going. Like I share, I had to block someone on here. We all know when it's the time to block people. And you know when it's time not to give your number to people. I watched a clip on here where the lady said, she gave her number to someone because he kept asking her, No. Me, what I do, if you keep asking me, I'll give you a number, but it's not my number. I'll give you a number to shut you up, but I'm not giving you my actual number. And when I bump into those people, there, I said, maybe you dialed the wrong number.
You keep giving your husband number, right?
I did give my husband number one time.
Hello, somebody. You know you're gonna call out. I'm trying to speak to this person. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good one. I should keep doing that. But I did one time. I did, and the guy saw me. I don't know where he saw me. He said, "You give me a guy number. Is that your brother?" I said, "When you answer, what did he say?" He said, "That was your husband." I said, "Okay, he is my husband." Oh, but you're so young. I didn't know you're married. Well, looks
You
can be deceiving. Sorry. you know. So that keep that there, but I just feel like I went to an interview and the guy kept asking me. He clearly see a ring on my finger, the person that's conducting the interview, and he said, "Are you married?" So I asked. I said, "Is this part of the interview question?" And he said, "No, I'm just curious." And I said, "Oh, yes, I am married." And I showed him the ring. And he said, "You got kids?" I said, "Yes, I have two." And I said, "I'm really kind of uncomfortable. Is this part of the interview question?" He said, "No, I'm just getting to know you." But I just thought that was weird because I interview people and part of the rules is you don't ask me personal questions. I just came for a job. I didn't come for us to be having all these other, but I answer him anyway because in that moment I'm the one who need a job, right? So I answer him. He asked, "How long you have been married?" So you're past the hurdle part. Just all these other extra things. I just think the rule of all thumb, I think if that's coming from someone else, they're projecting it on you. They want to have an emotional effect. I think it becomes emotional cheating when you're invested in it. You guys are going back and forth. You're planning. There's a whole thing set up where you're like building up to when you were me. I think that's emotional cheating. I don't think just asking for my number or things. I don't think that's emotional cheating.
All right, Jimmy. I think
Yeah.
Good night,
All
guys.
right, guys. Y'all have a great week.
yeah. I wish Anna were here today. She was going to back Jimmy. Definitely, she was going to back Jimmy. I know that for sure.
I'll come back.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. Y'all have a good night. All right. I'll see ya.